black superhero. Our own kind took nip from us. Money still reading God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Pac said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Going even though we know we fed up. It's hella tension, cause we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind. Yeah, we're born to be high and always above what's beneath us. So every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero.
I'm talking bulletproof kind of suit, reflect the struggle that they put us through, with the strength to fight the power like Chuck D do, with the insight to be equal. No disguise needed, a voice that finds reason to multiply. People in the streets for the cause, marching on Washington miners will be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call.
Loser.
From them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes to peek the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The queen cause they need it most. Politic with the kings about economic growth. Cure PTSD cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know everywhere we go.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero.
Loser.
Every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to keep that faith and know that. Yes, you got mine, I got your back. I know it's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to keep that faith and know that. Yes, you got mine, I got your back. I know. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Go with you. Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Panthers at 2-7 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now Walker. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 25-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Mariota. And he's going to go down again. Derek Brown, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
That's returnable now for Smith. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A give running right, it's Hubbard. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Walker. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. He went swinging for the fences on that play. Didn't quite get in the end zone, but, boy, they're set up pretty now.
Okay, that play just happened. Let it go. Time to defend the goal line, bring some all-out pressure, and try and knock them back.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They'll go with Foreman. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Hubbard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Mariota.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this group, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would...
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this? We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun here, Walker
to the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing again, Walker on 2nd and 10. He's got the hook up. It's Chenault on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Foreman will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota now. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First target, first catch, and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw, Mariota. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Mariota. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here's Smith to return it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Off the play fake, Walker. Out to his left. Got a man it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Well, CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mariota from the gun on third down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Mariota on first down. Got London on a slant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Brown able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a third and long. Throw left side, complete to Bird. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be fourth down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
A first down throw for Walker. Buying Playing time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Walker. Thomas brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. Oh, good move. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
To throw is Mariota, and that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Take it at the 37. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Carolina! Chuba Hubbard, 53 yards. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 2nd and 2. Walker now. Flushed out right. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Walker. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in a first.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
To throw is Walker. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons offense set to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because
They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Again, it's Mariota. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball.
Only the real respect my honest, so watch how you come in if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they texting calls, run me that, making no sense at all. It bounce like a basketball, your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie, honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty.